see if that.
I'll start recording.
Okay, Ms. Stewart, because you're now the host, you have to let all the parents in.
Okay. All right. Let me. Okay. Do you see the recording button though?
Yes, it's recording.
Okay.
Parents, if everyone would please mute their phones, please. Thank you.
We're still admitting folks, so we'll get started in just a few moments.
Everyone, please mute your phones. Brandy Cersei and Nisi Harvey, could you please mute your phones?
All right, Miss George, are we ready to get started? I know our parents have a busy day and we want to be cognizant of that time.
Yes, we're ready to start.
All right. Welcome to Preparatory BMW. Again, I am Vita Stewart, and I am one of your site coordinators, and I'll let Miss George introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Glenda George, and I'm also one of the site coordinators for Elementary BMW. Welcome. We're so happy to have you all joining us today.
Okay, so we're just going to have a quick review about what is going to happen this year, and so we'll just get right to it. And let me admit a few more folks, and then we will get to it. All right, so we know we stated our mission is to educate, motivate, and activate, and that's the potential that lies within every male. So part of who we are is our WELL principles, and throughout this year, your scholars will be learning about these collectively and at each session individually. So to be well-spoken, to be well-mannered, well-behaved, well-dressed, well-read, well-traveled, which leads to being well-prepared. And so these are the principles that we teach as part of our character building and social building for our scholars. So we want to, for those of you who have been with us for a while and for those of you who are just joining us this year, we have a new name and structure within our Black Males Academy program. We used to have 3 different names for each of our groups. And we used to be known as early BMW, which was K1, pre-BMW, which was 2nd and 3rd grade, and then junior BMW, which was 4th and 5th grade. We now are preparatory BMW. We have combined all of those into one. And so elementary age BMW is now called preparatory BMW. So that's how we will refer to ourselves now throughout the year. And that is how you will, and that's how you will know who we are. Aside from the upper grade BMWs, we're preparatory BMW. And so if you were with us again, I said previously we used to have 3 sites and 3 coordinators, which each of those group, K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we were at 3 different locations, and now we're at 1 site within First Baptist Bracktown, and we have 2 site coordinators, and so we have divided ourselves into very distinct roles. Glenda George is Operations and Administrative Coordinator. I am the Curriculum and Program Development Coordinator. And so later on, we'll talk about the different responsibilities. So, so issues like with registration, any issues with the financial side or operation side, all of your emails that you receive will be coming from Miss George. And so anything with the administrative piece, even though both of us are available and can do either one, mostly that part of our program will be her responsibility. My part of the program will be the curriculum and program development, so the sessions and working with the teachers and the staff and developing programs and so forth. But we work very well together. We actually, when we reimagined BMW, if we will say that for this year, since it's going to be so different, we also reimagined our roles and work to our strengths. And so those are the areas that that we will be assigned to, but we're able to help you in whatever you need throughout the year. Again, another formally, we were in person, face-to-face, and we know because of the pandemic that we are now going to host our sessions virtually. And so just like the school system is operating virtually now, but there may be opportunities as we get later in the year to do a hybrid model, so kind of a cohort model. So we're leaving that option open, even though all of our sessions through December right now are scheduled virtually, unless the situation changes and CDC guidelines and all that. There may be opportunities for us to have some hybrid type of small in-person sessions. So just know that right now we're planning virtually through December, but that could change and we could go to a hybrid type of model during this pandemic. So that's the structure. So we just kind of want to talk about what the family expectations are. And so I think, you know, our speaker kind of alluded to how, you know, us staying connected and invested in our sons' experiences is very powerful, and so that leads right into us being engaged as a family. So I want you to go on the BMW website today. I want you to download that parent creed. You're going to be responsible for that. When we have our parent sessions, just like when we have our Saturday sessions with our boys and we start out with the creed, we're going to start those parent sessions out with the creed. So please go ahead and download the parent creed as well. Family engagement opportunities. So there will be times that you will be invited in to share with us, to present. We want to use the strength of our families. And so we just want you to be available and willing to engage in those family opportunities, whether it's conferences, whether it is an etiquette dinner, whether it is a field trip. We know we're not going on physical field trips this year. Those will be virtual as well. But just engaging in any opportunities so that you can have the most valuable experience alongside your son. We want to remind you, as you registered, there was a lot of literature you may have read, but there's going to be some required documentation, and it's going to be the parent responsibility to provide those documents, such as report cards and map assessments. We're in the process of, we're in the middle of a grant season and a grant cycle, and so we have a lot of reporting that we have to do, and so our information, our data, we need to have collectively. So there will be deadlines, and you are required to have those in during the time. So we're just asking that you respond when we send out a message. When we send out an email, there will be deadlines given. So say, for instance, one of the things this year is there may be a drive-by pickup for materials that we need your son to have for a session. We'll give you a day and a time, hopefully several times, so that you can come and pick that up. But we would ask that you would come and respond if that in a timely manner, and not call us 2 days later and say, you know, I'm just now getting around to reading my emails and I missed out on the pickup. We really need you to respond in a timely manner. If there's a deadline for fees, a deadline for monies, a deadline, like I said, to pick up materials, please respond in a timely manner. We, Miss George and I love BMW. It is a labor of love, but we both have full-time jobs and full-time families, just like you do. So it's hard when, you know, one or two consistently, you know, don't meet the deadlines, and we have to go back and redo things. So we just ask for your patience with us and grace with us. We will be as gracious as we can, but just know there are some hard deadlines, and we might say, no, we cannot do that. And please, we hope that you will understand. Another part of this, just what I spoke about earlier about making this a priority, where we'll be monitoring attendance. Three absences may result in your scholar being dismissed from the program. So we have an application cycle, and we've had a vast, we're so excited about the vast interest and turnout that we have. So we want to say that it is a privilege, and it is to be in the BMW program. And so we want you to hold it in high regard, because there are many, you know, who would like to be a part of this program, but, you know, maybe didn't meet the deadlines and so forth. So we just ask that you keep us informed. Again, you notify in advance the administrative site coordinator with any attendance issues. And for every session that we have, you will need to pre-register. And so that's another thing about being timely. So you're going to need to pre-register. Within those times, like I said, there may be materials. We're doing this virtual, and so we want to have some materials in our scholar's hand that you will need to either pick up, or we may need to send out. And so please, when you get those links, register as soon as possible, and then you will receive the Zoom link to the session. So that was family expectation. We have some very simple expectations for our scholars. We also want them to know the Scholar Creed. One of the things we talk about with them is not only do we want you to say it out loud, but it's something that we want you to act out in your daily life. So it's something we want you to internalize. It's something we want you to, that becomes a part of who you are. So we want them to definitely know the Scholar Creed. Also, we just want them to be engaged. We want them to be respectful, and we want them to be brotherly. And so we just ask that you will help us to engage. We know now with a virtual setting that you will be nearby. Usually I was the principal kind of handling any discipline needs, but so just be close by so they can remain engaged. We're going to try to make our sessions as engaging as possible to keep their attention, to make them want to keep coming back. But we know that sometimes it's like medicine. It may not be what you want, but it's good for you. So we'll have those moments as well. So we just ask that you be patient with us. But we want to engage them at high levels, and we know that we want to keep them in the program and building relationships with us as well. So just we ask that they do those things, and we're going to have a great year. Also, even though we're still prepping them for how we operate in BMW, so we're not going to change our dress code. Every Saturday when they come to a session via Zoom, they need to have on their red polo. I'm wearing mine today. My superintendent always says, sometimes you gotta wear what you love. I love BMW, so put on that polo with pride. So they need to have on their red polo, their khaki pants. And normally when we meet, if we always tell the guys, if there are belt loops in your pants, that is for a reason. And that means that you need to have a belt with that. So we like to see them looking crisp and clean and just ready to go out into society, just already preparing them for future college and career readiness. So information about ordering polos for those that are new or for those that have outgrown will be sent via email. But I encourage this network of parents to become a partnership in itself. So if you have a scholar that's been in the program and maybe has some polos they've outgrown, you can kind of do that kind of swap and pass down. Maybe we need to have a BMW swap site within our page so that you can know what is available. So share with each other, share amongst each other, but we will have ordering information for new polos that Miss George will send out via email. Please respond at the appropriate time so your scholar can get their red polo in time for our opening session. And when we work with our vendor, we do it in large quantities. So if it's one person that says I need it, it's more difficult for us to get one shirt than it is for us to get them initially in our bundle. So we just ask that you look for that forthcoming email. And then we want to let you know that we have a superstar staff. I'm so excited about our staff. All of our staff have some type of background in the education world, whether it was being a librarian, teachers. We have paras, and so we're just excited about the superstar staff that we have. Mr. John Blaine, Felice Boyd, Belinda Halliburton, Brenda Holmes, John Moore, Jermaine Sanford, Fred Snodgrass, and Jarvis Terrell. Just an amazing staff. They come with a lot of energy. They come with a lot of different perspective. We're so glad that we have a balance of males and females so that they have interaction with very positive people. And so we're just excited for you to meet our staff during our sessions. They are phenomenal. They prepare lessons that are just engaging and high level thinking. So we're excited about what our staff is going to do. There's a lot of, COVID-19 has inspired us in a lot of ways that has made us become innovative and creative. So I think we're becoming better. So stay tuned, and we can't wait for you to meet our fabulous staff. So moving on. So our calendar for our virtual sessions. So realizing that I know that your scholars are engaged all week long on Zoom and through their schoolwork and everything that they're doing. I know they're Zoom fatigued. We're going to have shorter sessions to keep them engaged. So about 2 30-minute sessions. They have an opportunity to meet with at least 2 teachers in that one setting. We'll have 15 minutes for our opening, which is usually our creed and expounding on one of our well principles. So we'll have a little time for transition. So it'll be about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, make sure you're muted.
I'm gonna run your page.
And so the
Okay.
first session, we always like our preparatory BMWs right now to get acclimated into the school calendar year before we get started. So we always start the weekend after kind of our fall break. And so that's for that this year for us is going to be October the 10th. That will be our first session. And then you will see the remaining sessions through December. We wanted to get through December because we didn't know if we might have the opportunity in the second semester to have some hybrid models. And so we're looking forward to that. So this is our session. This PowerPoint will be available to you on our website. I'm going to give you that information at the in just a few moments. So this PowerPoint will be posted there for you to review.
Excuse me, Ms. Stewart. Mr.
Yes.
Barnes and Mrs. Stepp, could you please mute your phones?
All right, that's our operations person talking. All right, we're almost there. So here is our website information. There's a wealth of resources, a wealth of things that will be posted there. We're so excited. We've updated our webpage and we've had lots of folks trained. We have a webmaster that like immediately I send him this PowerPoint and it's already posted. So I'm telling you, we have someone that will keep it up to date. There's never anything more frustrating for me than to go to a website and them not have up-to-date information. But we have a great webmaster that's keeping our information updated. These are the email addresses of the coordinators. All of the messages you will be getting from today on or that you've already gotten should have come from Prep BMW. That is Miss George sending you out information. And so if you need to contact her for any reason, that is the email address you can use. And I also have an account, and that is my information. It's just V Stewart at the same BMW. If you have any kind of logistical questions or curriculum questions or school questions, those are the areas that I'm able to help you in. And so please feel free to reach out to us. I always try to answer within 24 hours, but again, this is also a labor of love. Like I said, for me and Miss George, we both have full-time jobs, so I do BMW after my full-time job, and so usually it's the evenings when I can get back to you, and this is the email address that I would prefer you use. A lot of people know me in my employment, and so many of you reach out to me there just to keep those things separate. We want you and Miss George as well, we want you to use these addresses when you're trying to reach us. And so at this time, I'm going to open it up. I know that was fast and furious. Again, this will be posted on our website. Again, feel free at this time to ask any questions. Miss George, I'm not able to see the chat right now, so let me see if I
Ms.
stop
Stewart, most of
sharing.
the questions have been asked in the chat, and I've been answering those as you've been speaking.
Awesome, awesome. So we've been keeping up to the minute. So again, I just want to say how excited we are to work with your sons this year, to work alongside you. This is a journey that we're on together. As Dr. Bryant talked about, we are raising generations. And so I'm invested in your child because we all depend on each other. They may be my doctor in the future. They may be the one taking care of me. They may be the one that comes up with a cure for what I need. And so we're all vested in it because we are raising generations. And so BMW is an awesome opportunity for your scholar. It is a wonderful brotherhood. I was telling my grandson, who's now he's in his 4th year, that he will be in BMW through at least the 12th grade. But what he is building a brotherhood for life, and I'm so excited about that. So if you have any other questions, you know how to reach us. But I know it's Saturday, and many of you have obligations as we do, and so I just wanted to be real cognizant of your value time.
Mrs. Stewart, one question in the chat is, will parents need to be at the Zoom session with their student?
What I would say is, however you regulate that, your school day, I think as long as as long as you are nearby, if they have any issues, any technological issues, but no, we're going to keep them engaged. We're going to, have some, some brain breaks for them, some movement for them throughout. We're going to really think about how the male brain works and use a lot of the Gehrian practices. So we just ask that, you be as involved as you need to. Every child is different. Every parent works with their child differently, and so that will be up to you. But I would just say be close by, get them started, get them settled, prep them in a very positive way that morning. My grandson this morning was like, "I've been in school all week. You mean I got to go to BMW?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's going to be great. We have a great speaker," and so forth. And so yeah, so just prepping them that morning or the night before to know BMW's tomorrow. These are the things we need to have laid out and ready to go. The better you can start their day off positive and have everything ready to go, the better they're going to receive our present. So that's kind of a long answer, but.
Another question, what are the financial obligations and or how can someone donate?
I'm going to let our operations person take care of that one.
Okay, everyone. For those of you who are continuing from last year, last year we started the $25 enrollment fee, but because we are virtual this year and we have received donations from Toyota and some other places, this year everything will be provided to you free of charge. If you have an interest in donating to our program, if you go to the webpage, there is a donate button and you can make your donation there.
All right. Is that the last question? All hearts and minds are clear?
The only other question I see is, will parents be consulted first before you decide to switch to hybrid participation?
Absolutely. And of course, that is always parent choice. And so we will keep some aspect of virtual if we do that. I think that's way down the road, and we will plan for that and we will prepare you for that. And it definitely will be optional. Yes.
Will BMW be able to provide any tutoring for students who may need it from the difference of virtual learning?
There are some opportunities that we may have. They may have to be restricted just based on one-to-one information, but there will be some opportunities for some tutoring sessions depending on the amount of teachers that we are able to have to support that. So there will be some opportunities for some tutoring based on need. I'm not going to say that we may be able to provide it for everyone. Hopefully that would be the case, but we will, I know, have some limited tutoring opportunities.
It looks like the last question is, does BMW Prep have a Facebook page? And the answer to that is no. We just have one general BMW Academy Facebook page. It's not broken down by age group. And Ms. Stewart, I think that's all of the questions.
All right. Well, I just thank you so much, and I value your time, and I thank you for showing up, because this is the first step to showing your commitment and that you're making BMW a priority, because you're making your son a priority. We're just here to walk alongside you, to support you. So we are. I know they say it takes a village. I just don't want any village. I want the right village for my child, and so I think you're in the right village today. And so we thank you for being a part of this village and this network of community. So get to know each other, swap each other's emails, and really get to know the families, because we're in this for the long haul. And so we're just excited, and just we really see this as a privilege for you to allow us to work with you and work with your sons. We love getting to know all of them.
Thank you, everyone. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the BMW Prep at bmwacademykentucky.org, and I will be happy to assist you. We will be sending out this PowerPoint later on this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
No
Thank
comment up forever.
Have a good rest of your day.
See the kids on there?
Miss Stewart and Miss George, first of all, good morning, good afternoon now. Do we have a date when we'll be meeting as a staff or?
You should have gotten an email. September the 21st is our staff meeting. And I will
Okay.
send out the Zoom link. September the 21st, we will be meeting as a staff.
Okay.
And I will
Right.
send out the Zoom link. Yes.
Okay, I probably did get it. I was just making sure.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing much better.
All right. I've been praying for you.
Well, I appreciate it because it must be working, so keep doing it.
Okay. Okay. I am. So, but thank you guys for showing up and yeah, we'll talk about all the particulars on the 21st.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm ending our session. Have a good day.
You too. Everybody have a great day. Have a
All
great
right. Bye-bye.